Hey there, soap fans. Welcome back to our channel. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the latest, most explosive drama unfolding on our screens. Grab your coffee and get comfortable because we have a massive situation brewing in Monte Carlo that you do not want to miss. We are talking about a confrontation that will change everything. Let's get right into the madness. The tension on The Bold and the Beautiful is reaching an absolute boiling point, and we have to talk about the claustrophobic, panic-inducing nightmare that is currently unfolding at 30,000 feet. As we all know from the latest timeline updates, John Finnegan is on a commercial flight heading to Monaco to reunite with his beautiful wife, Steffy Forrester. He is expecting a peaceful, romantic getaway to escape the drama of Los Angeles. But then, the unthinkable happens. Sheila Carter, his psychotic biological mother, casually slides into the empty seat right next to him. Are you kidding me? You can practically feel the oxygen leave the airplane cabin. Finn is absolutely furious and demands to know what she is doing there. And in true Sheila fashion, she plays completely dumb, acting as if it is just a whimsical, happy coincidence that they are on the exact same international flight. A coincidence? Please. Sheila Carter does not do coincidences. She does calculated, predatory stalking. When Finn insists that she must get off the plane immediately, Sheila just gives him that signature, smug smirk and points out the window. It is already too late. The plane is taxiing down the runway. Now, this is where I absolutely lose my mind over Finn's behavior. Instead of hitting the call button, alerting a flight attendant, or demanding that the air marshals remove this known criminal who has a history of violence, what does Finn do? He tries to negotiate with her. He actually tells Sheila that if she turns around and catches the very first flight back to Los Angeles the moment they land, he will keep her presence a total secret from Steffy. Let's be real for a second. This is the dumbest, most cowardly move in the history of soap operas. You cannot negotiate with an emotional terrorist. Finn's pathetic attempt to manage Sheila through secrecy is a massive betrayal of his wife's trust, and it is going to blow up in his face in the most spectacular way possible. Meanwhile, let us cross the Atlantic and set the scene in breathtaking Monaco. Steffy Forrester is out there working tirelessly to solidify Forrester Creations' influence in the European market alongside Ridge and Brooke. But amidst all the corporate meetings, she has carved out time for romance. She calls Finn and asks him to meet her at the church. Yes, that church. The iconic, beautiful location of their tear-jerking 2022 reunion. Back then, Steffy thought Finn was dead, murdered in a filthy alleyway by the very woman who is currently sitting next to him on an airplane. That church represents a miracle for Steffy and Finn. It is their safe haven. Steffy is standing there, looking out over the stunning Mediterranean landscape, her heart full of hope and love, completely oblivious to the dark cloud that is speeding toward her. Now, let us dive into the massive user theory and the burning question on everyone's mind. What happens when Steffy finally sees Sheila walking up to that church with Finn? You better believe all hell is going to break loose. The anticipation is killing me. Steffy is going to turn around, expecting to see her handsome husband's smiling face, and instead, she is going to see the devil herself stepping out from his shadow. Can you even begin to imagine the absolute horror, the betrayal, and the freezing dread that will course through Steffy's veins? The prompt asks if Steffy will lose control and slap Sheila. Oh, absolutely. I don't just think she will slap her. I believe Steffy is going to deliver a slap that will echo across the entire European coastline. We are talking about a full-on, open-handed, visceral strike fueled by years of unimaginable trauma, fear, and sheer, unadulterated rage. Steffy is a fierce, protective Forrester woman, and she is not going to stand by and let this psycho violate her safe space. Let's break down Steffy's psychology here. This is not just about a mother-in-law crashing a romantic vacation. This is severe PTSD rearing its ugly head. Sheila Carter shot Steffy in cold blood. Sheila shot her own son and left them both to bleed out in the garbage. Steffy has spent months trying to rebuild her sense of safety, and now the monster has followed her across the globe. That slap isn't just anger. It is a desperate, primal attempt to defend her territory, her sanity, and her family. I am 100% Team Steffy on this one. She has every right to lay hands on the woman who tried to end her life. But here's the kicker. I actually think Sheila wants Steffy to hit her. Let's analyze the brilliant, twisted mind of Sheila Carter. Why would she subject herself to Steffy's physical wrath? Because Sheila is the undisputed master of playing the victim. Picture this scene. Steffy unleashes a furious slap, and Sheila immediately recoils, grabbing her cheek. Tears well up in her eyes, her lip quivers, and she looks at Finn like a wounded, misunderstood animal. She will absolutely use that slap to manipulate her son. Look at how violent she is, Finn. I just came all this way to show you how much I love you, to have a beautiful family vacation, and your wife is physically attacking me in front of a church. It is textbook gaslighting. Sheila knows exactly how to push Steffy's buttons, to make Steffy look like the unhinged aggressor, while Sheila plays the tragic, rejected mother. It is brilliant, infuriating soap opera writing. And what will Finn do in that moment? Will he step between them and defend his traumatized wife? Or will he freeze like a deer in the headlights? Honestly, I have lost so much respect for John Finnegan. Many fans think Finn is just a helpless victim of his mother's manipulation, but I think he has a massive savior complex combined with a deeply toxic trauma bond. Deep down, a sick part of Finn still craves his biological mother's approval. If he hesitates for even 1 second to defend Steffy after that slap, it is going to destroy his marriage. Steffy will look at him, realize that he knew Sheila was on that plane, realize that he tried to hide it, and she will see him not as her protector, but as an enabler to her abuser. If we look back 5 to 10 years at Sheila's history across the soap opera universe, we see a terrifyingly consistent pattern. Whenever a legacy character tries to shut Sheila out, whether it was Maggie, Lauren Fenmore, or Steffy's own mother, Taylor Hayes, Sheila's obsession only grows deadlier. She views Steffy not just as a stubborn daughter-in-law, but as the ultimate enemy who is selfishly hoarding Finn's love. In Sheila's wildly delusional mind, she genuinely believed this trip to Monaco was going to be a beautiful bonding experience. She actually told Finn on the plane that this would be the best family trip ever. The level of psychosis required to believe that the woman you shot would want to go sightseeing with you is truly off the charts. And you won't believe what might happen next, because the rumors surrounding this Monaco storyline are pointing toward an unbelievable plot twist. We have to talk about the massive cliffhanger theories. What if this confrontation escalates far beyond a simple slap? The timeline notes hint at a shocking scenario where the physical altercation between Steffy and Sheila moves to a dangerous location, perhaps the edge of a cliff or a high balcony overlooking the crashing waves of the case. Mediterranean. What if Steffy loses her footing during the fight? The ultimate, mind-blowing twist would be if Sheila, in a split-second decision to prove her love to Finn, actually lunges forward to save Steffy's life, but in doing so, loses her own balance and plummets into the ocean. Imagine the sheer cinematic drama of Sheila Carter falling into the sea and going missing, presumed dead once again. If Sheila sacrifices herself to save Steffy, it will completely shatter the dynamic of the show. Finn would be absolutely devastated. He would look at Steffy, the woman who just slapped his mother, and he might actually blame Steffy for pushing Sheila to the brink. Can you imagine the heavy, suffocating guilt trip? My mother died saving your life, Steffy, and all you did was attack her. This would be the ultimate, insurmountable wedge driven right into the heart of the Sinn marriage. Steffy would be forced to live with the complex reality that her greatest nightmare gave her life to save hers. It is the kind of psychological torture that only a soap opera can deliver perfectly. And where does that leave our beloved Steffy if her marriage to Finn completely implodes in Monaco? If Finn turns his back on her to mourn his psychotic mother, Steffy is going to return to Los Angeles as a broken, traumatized woman in desperate need of a shoulder to cry on. We already know that Carter Walton is back in LA dealing with his own excruciating heartbreak over Daphne's devastating infertility diagnosis. Steffy has been Carter's rock lately, comforting him through his pain. If Steffy comes home feeling abandoned by her husband, I can totally see her and Carter finding solace in each other's grief. A trauma-bonded affair between the co-CEO and the COO? Now that is a storyline that would shake Forrester Creations to its very core. It would be messy, emotional, and absolutely captivating. I cannot wait to see how this Monaco disaster unfolds.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.